Hey everyone, this is Alfred from The Prompted, and let's grow your Shopify store. So in this video, we're going to show you another conversion boosting customization that's going to help you get the profit margins that you need to scale your store. And this feature request came from a member in Stress-Free Scaling, and that's where we help add an extra 20 orders per day to your store. And so what they wanted was a way to add an embedded PDF file to their store. So we're going to talk about why you might want to use this feature. We'll show you how you can use it, and then we're going to give you the simple step-by-step instructions so that you can use it too. You can access all the code and instructions for each one of our customizations that we share on this channel when you sign up for our free newsletter. And on top of that, you're going to get daily insights on how to grow your Shopify store. So it's really great. Check it out. Link is in the description. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so we're on our demo store, and we're on this prompted original t-shirt product. But if we scroll down, we can actually see that there's an embedded PDF here. Now, in this case, this is a kind of a promotional Black Friday poster, but there might be a lot of different reasons why you might want to add a PDF file to your store. So some examples might be promotional, kind of like what you see here, right? It could be a poster or a pamphlet of some sort. Maybe it's more product-specific product details. So let's come over to a different tab, and we can see here that we've got this manual for some compressor, right? It's just a random manual I found on the internet. But you can imagine here you might have some very technical products. So maybe there's a manual that needs to be included to show how it works, or maybe you have a technical sheet or technical specifications, spec sheet, that type of thing, to talk about all the details of your product. So you might have something like that you need, or maybe it's for trust, like you have certifications or awards that you want to share, and they come in the form of a PDF file. Then you can embed those onto your store as well. So lots of different reasons why you might want it. And we had a member in Stress-Free Scaling that needed it. So this is the implementation that we shared with them. So this is actually also dynamic. You have the option to use different PDF files for different products, as you can see here. Or if you don't need it on a product either, then it doesn't need to show up either. So there's a lot of flexibility here. So let's jump into the theme editor so we can see how to use it. So in here, you can see here that it's been added as a section. So you can actually add section and go PDF file viewer. Now, if you're looking on your store right now, you're not going to be able to see it yet because I'm just showing you how this all works. But later in the video, we'll show you how you can actually add this to your store too. But for now, just stick around because I'm going to explain how all the settings work. So once you put it in here, it is a section, which means that it can actually be added to other parts of your store. So if you go to the collections, for example, let's hop into the collections briefly. All right, so this is a collection. You can actually add it in here as the PDF file as a section in here, right? You can add your PDF file into a page, right? So if you go to your pages, maybe you go to your default page, and then maybe you have a dedicated page that just contains a PDF file in it for some specific information. Maybe there's an event that you want to share, a poster, whatever the reason may be, you can have your PDF file in here as well. So lots of flexibilities because it is a section. So let's go back to our product. And actually, let's go to the t-shirt we were on because we've activated the file for this product. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these settings. Just as a quick note, you're going to see here sometimes it doesn't load up right away. There is sometimes an issue with the way the preview theme editor shows the file viewer. So we generally like to just refresh the site and show how it looks live on the site. In any case, you can see here that we've got it showing up, and we have it set to be a dynamic source, which is the PDF file metafield. So I'll show you how to set it dynamically in a little bit. But first, I just want to explain this setting. This is where we set what the file path actually is, right? Where the link is, where you can find the PDF. And so we can also, instead of making it dynamic, we can delete that and actually pull from our upload file. So you can see here, you go to your content files, we've added some PDF files here. And so if I just copy that link and place it in here, then you're going to get the PDF file showing up. And it's going to be this same PDF file for every single product that shares this template. So if we were to save this, and then I were to say refresh this page, and there you go. So now we have our PDF file showing up. Okay, and so let's change this back to the dynamic source instead of it being fixed, and move on to the next setting. So next we can actually adjust the height of the PDF viewer. We've made it so that on mobile you might want to make this a little bit taller. So actually let's first take a look at what it looks like on mobile. We'll go into the browser inspect mode and we can actually review what it looks like on mobile like this. You can see here, you know, this is the height that it is currently. But let's say we want to make it a little bit taller. So make it 800 pixels. Then once we refresh this, it's going to take up more than the available space because our current pixel height is 750. So we could actually just drag that a little bit taller. And you can see here how the PDF viewer is a little bit taller now. Okay, so let's go back to our theme editor. Let's change this back to 650. And then we can also adjust the width. So this one can be used to help with your desktop view. So sometimes you might have very wide screens and maybe you don't want the PDF to be so wide. So let's save, well, before saving this, let's go back to show what it looks like on desktop. You can see here it takes this full width. And then once I save this and refresh, you can see here we're no longer taking the full width. But if we go back to the mobile view, you can see here that in this case, because mobile is a vertical format, we still want to keep that full width. All right, so let's just change this back to 100. And then now this is padding, so it's just how much padding do you want to put above and below. And those are our settings, pretty straightforward, but allows you to view your different PDF files. Oh, and one last thing is you have the zoom in, zoom out, right? So you can actually zoom out if you want, or zoom in. Allows you to study the different PDF files a little bit more closely, or however you like, right? So you can zoom in, zoom out. So that's essentially it. If this is going to be useful for you, then stick around because now we're going to add it to your store. All right, so we're in our Shopify admin area with the themes, and we've just installed a fresh new version of Dawn. It's the latest version at the time of recording, so it's 15.2.0. And we're going to make our edits to this theme. So in order to make these changes, we have to create a metafield, and that metafield is going to be if you want the dynamic behavior. If you don't need the dynamic behavior, then you could just skip this step and just hard code the URL path in the theme settings. But I think you're probably going to want some dynamic behavior, so I would recommend still creating this metafield. And the second step is to change a little bit of code, and don't worry about the code part. We are going to share that with you. It's just copy and paste. All you have to do is just join our free newsletter. We'll share daily insights on how to scale and grow your Shopify store. But on top of that, you get access to our entire library of customizations, including this one here. So the first step we're going to be doing is, like we mentioned previously, the creation of the metafield. And so like I was talking about earlier in the demo portion of this video, you can set up this customization on any template because it's set up as a section. So what I showed earlier was using a product meta field, but if you want it to dynamically show on collections, you create a collection meta field. If you want it to dynamically show up on pages, you could create a page meta field. So it doesn't necessarily matter. All you need to do is in the theme settings, we select the dynamic source and select the meta field that you created. So we're gonna do that with products. So I'll show you how to do that. And then you can just press add definition, and then you create your meta field with the settings. Now I've already done that, so I'm gonna show you the one that I've already created. We called this PDF file. It's not that important in this case what the name is. All you need to do is remember it because you're gonna be selecting it in the theme settings later. So in this case, we called it PDF file, and then the namespace and key should be PDF_file. And it's going to be type single line text, one value. And so once you've created that, then you can actually go into your products and you can actually set the PDF file, which is going to be the link to the file that you want to show. So if it's this file here, you copy the link and then you paste it right in here. And then when you use the meta field as the PDF file source, then it's going to read this URL here and display this PDF file. And it will only show it for the ones that have a PDF file specified. So if we go to a different product, for example, so actually before we move away, this is showing that's a Black Friday file, right? Which is how earlier we were showing the Black Friday PDF for this product. But if we go to, let's say, the chip, prompted chip t-shirt, then we're using the manual PDF, right? So that's this manual right here, which is just a different PDF altogether. I guess it doesn't show a preview here, but that's that manual that we were seeing earlier. And we specified the link for that product right here, right? And so you can see here we've got this manual PDF. But if we go to, again, a third different product and scroll down, it's blank, so no PDF file is going to be shown. Again, this is only if you set it as a dynamic source. If you actually specify the PDF in the settings, then it's just going to be hard-coded. So we'll get through that again in a moment, but the step here, at least for now, was to create the meta field. Okay, so now that we've created our meta field, we can come back out and we can now edit our code. So before you start, if you're working off an existing theme, make sure to duplicate it. I always say this, but you need to do this because if anything goes wrong, then you have a backup that you can always go back to without trying to troubleshoot how to, move backwards and go back to your original version. So we're going to edit code, and the changes here are actually quite simple because we're just adding a new section. So we're going to go into the sections folder here, add a new section, and we're going to call this the PDF file viewer custom.liquid. Done. And then just copy and paste. Well, first delete the existing code in here, and then copy and paste your new code in. Save. And we're done. That's all the code changes. So let's open up our theme editor and we can now add it into our theme. So we're going to go to our products template, and we can see here if we add section, we now have the option for the PDF file viewer. So let's add that in. And it's going to show up there. So right now it defaults to sort of this this path here. This file doesn't exist, so that's why it just shows blank. If you delete it, then once it sees that it's an empty file, then it's just not going to render at all, which is useful if you're using the dynamic source, so that if you have an empty meta field, then it just won't show up. So we have two options here. So first we can show what it looks like if we just put it directly in the template right? So then we're gonna have the file show up for all products. Okay, so there it is. It doesn't matter what product we go to, it's gonna show up here. But like we said earlier, probably the better way is to actually use the dynamic source. So we are going to set it to the PDF file and we can save. Sorry, that's an example of what you want to avoid, because now we have both the URL and the PDF file here, which is going to kind of put both of the links in there if it exists. So we're just going to delete that because we don't want that in there, and save again. And so now you can see that it disappears for this lace product, but if we go to our original t-shirt, then it shows up here. And then if we go to our store, we were just looking at the original t-shirt. So if we go to the chip t-shirt, then we're going to get our manual. And if we go to any other product, then we just don't get anything at all. So let's say our socks, we don't get any PDF file at all. Okay, so we've now added an embedded PDF feature for you to include any PDF files that complement your store or products. So this is really going to help with your conversions, particularly if your product requires to have certain PDFs involved. Maybe it's a spec sheet, maybe it's a manual, or if you want to share promotional material that isn't just an image on your store, but maybe more of a published document of some sort, just to give some legitimacy to what you do. Or, like we mentioned previously, it could be for trust reasons. You've got a certificate, you've got an award, and you want to show that off to your customers. So that's how you can use it on your store. And we've got lots more Shopify features and growth strategies for you, and we share them all in our free newsletter. So make sure to check it out. Link is in the description. But that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.